gang violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police, but I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
What's good, Shadow Realm? It's your boy Jenquavius Jackson, and y'all already know I'm demonetized and shadow banned in this bitch. So if you want to contribute, go to the Cash App, the PayPal, the GoFundMe, or join the Patreon. Also, don't forget to visit the merch store for all your favorite BGZM News 17 gear, including our exclusive Trump is a Blood t-shirt. Go fast before they sell out. They are already flying off the shelves, no cap. And remember, these super gremlins are on demon time.
A well-known Detroit area radio reporter is dead this morning, and his two children are injured after a chaotic crime scene at his home. Police say they found a 35-year-old woman and a 5-year-old girl stabbed and injured outside a condo in Chesterfield, Michigan. Inside the condo, they found the body of 57-year-old Jim Matthews and a 10-year-old boy who'd been badly beaten. Investigators say the suspected killer was still in the house, but had overdosed and was suffering from self-inflicted wounds.
He was welcomed into the home initially. From that point, it's still too early to really go into what happened.
Oh my gosh. Neighbors say the suspect lived across the street. Matthews had just worked the overnight anchor shift at Detroit's WWJ.
A terrible attack in Chesterfield Township, and tonight we are learning WWJ overnight news anchor Jim Matthews was the man killed. His family also injured, including his two children, ages 10 and 5.
Chesterfield.
So this could have easily been that 95-year-old woman, but instead it is a older glider male. Now, I made the video, super gremlins are hunting white women in New Orleans, and I got some pushback. I got some flack for that. But would it be safe to say that super gremlins were hunting everybody? So that statement is not even invalid. As a matter of fact, I might name this video "Super Gremlins Are Hunting White Men and Their Families," because this is what's going down right now. Would I be wrong in that assessment? No.
Township police said the man who killed Matthews and injured his family tried to kill himself, but was not successful. Mara McDonald live in Chesterfield tonight. Mara, you just spoke with Matthews' family.
I sure did, Devin. I spoke with his brother, Joe, who says tonight if everybody could do just one thing, which would be pray for Jim's two small children. You can see behind me, police are still processing the condo, which is the crime scene here, and what those two children had to endure in here can only be described as a nightmare.
Jim Matthews spent years on WWJ as their solid, dependable overnight news anchor. Matthews was his on-air name. His legal name was Jim Nikolai. And we spoke to his brother Joe this evening about his brother's pride in working at J Radio.
He was so excited when he got that. I was so happy for him when he got into WWJ. Since he was a little kid, he's wanted to be a DJ.
Colleagues describe him as an absolute professional. He lived here at this Chesterfield Township condo with the 35-year-old mother of their two children, a 10-year-old boy and 5-year-old girl. When police arrived on the scene, it was that 35-year-old and the daughter who had run into the parking lot looking for help.
A 35-year-old white female had escaped with her 5-year-old daughter. She was suffering from stab wounds at that time.
Wow.
The 5-year-old was also injured. When police got inside, they found Nikolai had been killed, his 10-year-old son in a closet.
We also found a 10-year-old white male bound and suffering from blunt force trauma.
Sources say that little boy was beaten with a hammer and left for dead in that closet.
Wow. Beating a little boy with a hammer. And a lot of hype and hoopla is coming out surrounding the Dahmer series, the Netflix original series about Jeffrey Dahmer. But I mean, I would make the argument that although this is very different, a lot of these super gremlins don't get the opportunity to become something like that because they're just not good at getting away with their crimes, or if they are, they're really on a crash out mentality. They're not doing these things methodical. But if this guy would have deleted this whole family like he wanted to, then he could have been on the same type of wave.
They say he fought back against the man police say is responsible for it all, a 54-year-old friend of the family who tried to kill himself by taking an overdose after the attack.
54-year-old friend of the family. Man, this is bad because they let this super gremlin in. He's an OG, an older super gremlin, and this is how he repaid them. And I'm sure they did everything in their power to contribute their part to, maybe it wasn't financial reparations, but just being very nice and kind and courteous and catering to this OG brother who appears to not be able to have his life together even by the time he's in his early 50s.
Pray for his children. His children are the ones that need the prayers and support.
Back here live tonight, those two children, 10 and 5, and their mother are all being treated for their injuries at a local hospital. That little boy's injuries are critical at this point. As far as the motivation for all of this, Chesterfield Township Police at this point merely classifying it as a domestic issue. We're live in Chesterfield Township tonight. I'm Mara McDonald, Local 4.
Just horrendous, Mara. Our thoughts with the family and, of course, with our colleagues over at WWJ as well.
I mean, I don't know how people can do stuff like that.
It's been a roller coaster of a day for residents near this Chesterfield condo complex, from the shock of hearing police sirens to the horror in hearing the details of what took place.
Our investigation has determined that this is an isolated tragedy that does not present a danger to our community at this time.
According to Chesterfield police, around noon, someone driving by found...
But see, that's not accurate either, because every day these reoffending super gremlins on demon time are being let out because of criminal justice reform and bail reform and all these measures that cater to the criminals. Every day they're putting the community at risk and other communities at risk because these people are not being held accountable for their actions. And then they're going out and doing things like this, and we wonder why.
Found a 35-year-old woman and her 5-year-old daughter who escaped from this condo building. The woman had been stabbed and both were injured. Police then forced their way inside, where they found the 57-year-old father dead. An injured 10-year-old boy was bound and beaten in a closet, and in the basement, the alleged suspect, who was overdosing and had self-inflicted wounds.
It's terrible. I mean, he's the same age as my grandson, so, you know, it makes you think.
Soon after, WWJ Radio identified the man killed as their overnight anchor, Jim Matthews. He was the children's father and returned home after going off the air at 5 a.m. In a statement, the station said in part, "There have been many tears shed in our newsroom today, and Jim will be greatly missed. Our thoughts and prayers go out to Jim's family and friends during this difficult time."
He just seemed like a reserved man, very quiet and kind of shy. And, but he seemed to really like his kids.
Neighbors say the suspect lived across the street and was often seen with the woman. Police also say he was at the home frequently, and his exact relation is still unknown.
He was welcomed into the home initially. From that point, it's still too early to really go into what.
Wow, man. I mean, these dudes are so deceptive too. They can put on a front that they're a decent guy. Obviously, people are going to say he was struggling with mental health issues and all that kind of stuff to give him an out. But this dude is a monster. And there are way too many of these super gremlins on demon time walking around in our society.
The suspect and the 5-year-old girl are in stable condition, but the mother and 10-year-old boy are still critical as police continue to piece together this chaotic and horrific tragedy.
The Chesterfield Public Safety Department will not rest until we have received justice for our victims.
I'm here on the corner of MLK and Frederick Douglass, where a shooting just took place. And as you can see, it's a pretty rough area. So I'm basically risking my life reporting on this madness. So make sure you do me a favor and hit the subscribe button. Like the video, hell, share the video. And make sure you go ahead and leave a comment down in the comment section to continue the discussion on how we can find solutions to all this son violence in the streets. I'm Jenquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia, BGZM News 17.
Thank you so much for joining us at 11. I'm Amira David.
And I'm Mike Duffy. Tonight, support pouring in for a Macomb County family.
They were brutally attacked by a man at their Chesterfield Township home on Friday. WWJ radio anchor Jim Matthews found dead. His 2 children are among the victims.
Now, family members have started a GoFundMe page to help with their long road to recovery. 7 Action News reporter Sarah Grummer spoke with the kids' grandmother and has an update on their conditions.
There's been a lot of concern coming from the Metro Detroit community about these 2 kids. Is there anything that you can tell people about how they are?
My granddaughter and her mother, they're both in stable condition, thank the Lord. My grandson, he is still in ICU and in critical condition.
Days after WWJ anchor Jim Matthews was attacked and murdered inside of this family condo, the family grandmother, Sonia Healy, tells me that the mother and children, all horrifically assaulted, remain in the hospital.
Man. A super gremlin who would do this to children, man. The evil that is being unchecked, that is being excused. It's ridiculous.
The 10-year-old son who allegedly tried to protect his father is sedated after being brutally beaten. This GoFundMe, created by one of Sonia's daughters, the children's Aunt Ashley, says the young boy has undergone brain and ear surgery.
I'm sure he probably did all he could to try to protect his father that he adored. Him and his father were very, very close.
Sonia tells me that her daughter Ashley, who started the GoFundMe, is watching over the kids for the time being, but she doesn't have any clothes or toys, and the home where the kids lived is now considered a crime scene, so family can't go in there to get their things.
As they have nothing right now, absolutely nothing.
And this super gremlin just turned their life upside down. And they still have not showed us a picture, given us a description. It's tragic.
They plan on doing a savings account and just use that money for anything that the children need.
On the GoFundMe, Aunt Ashley describes what these kids endured as a vicious and needless attack. Family says they'll need lifelong help to adapt and recover. They also say, thank you to all of you at home who have pulled together in the last couple of days to help them.
I think it is amazing to see how many people are coming together, hoping to help you guys and sending their love to you. Is there anything else that you want those people to know?
Keep up with the prayers. The amount of prayers that I've been getting from even strangers has been astronomical. Just please, just keep up with the prayers.
Family tells me more scary details about what these kids had to endure that police will likely confirm in the next coming weeks.
And we're going to keep up with this because we want to know all the details of what this sick, demented, super OG gremlin on Demon Time did to this father and his family.
In the meantime, if you would like to help out these kids, the link to this GoFundMe can be found with this article on WXYZ.com. Reporting in Southfield, Sarah Grummer, 7 Action News.
It's just so...
What's good, Shadow Realm? It's a Black Gen Z mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, and let's get into the video. So, just when you thought that it couldn't get even wilder in Philly, it couldn't. I mean, the irony of what's going on this week is crazy. We have a woke journalist who unfortunately lost his life in Philly. And people are going crazy on Twitter right now because he's a guy who's really active on Twitter. He states his opinion on, political topics, and he's pretty woke. He's obviously Scam Lives Matter supporter. And it's just wild, okay? And this guy, he ends up getting deleted, most likely by a super gremlin. We actually we're waiting for the guy to get in custody, and I'll just show you guys his Twitter really quickly. The guy who did it to him, we're waiting for him to get captured. But very woke. Oh, wow. And I'm just now realizing he is HIV or was HIV positive. Damn. I mean, maybe it was best to go out like this instead of the AIDS with the slow kill. But nowadays ninjas can live with AIDS. But award-winning / losing writer in his bio, he, him pronouns in his bio, the LGBT flag, obviously that is where the HIV came from. And loves his cat and his bike. I mean, there's just so many different ironies, right? I mean, he's a gay guy who gets HIV and then gets woke, ends up advocating for the same people who killed him. And I mean, it's sad, but at the same time, we all know that he voted for this. And I just wanted to highlight this story, just like the prequel that you guys need to go back and watch, that video that I played beforehand, the woke Detroit news anchor Jim Matthews, who invited a middle-aged felon in Arthur Williamson into his home, and in turn was granted a full-scale slaughter of his family. So you guys have to understand that you need to start moving a little different. Okay, and that goes for everybody. All right, ninjas in the community and those who are not. Because it's getting dirty out here, and it's only getting worse. All right. I say this every single day. It's only getting worse. You better have that strap on you. Okay. And man, it's just insane what's going on. So let's go through his tweets. Then we'll go through the story a little bit. Is it raining? Oh, I guess that's my laptop. I can't even tell, honestly. But yeah, let's go through his tweets. All right, so there was one tweet that everybody's highlighting. Okay, here it is. 1 second. Yeah, this is the big L that I saw. So he went at Scott Adams, and in 2020, Scott Adams tweeted, "If Biden is elected, there's a good chance you will be dead within the year." And then Josh Kruger said, "The Dilbert dude is like Nostradamus. Look at this prediction from 2020. Wow, eerie." And he posted this. Wow. I mean, this is absolutely insane. He posted this September 30th, 2023. So to just validate that that was a real tweet, I will go back in his original tweet thread. And he was killed a few days afterwards. So here's the sequence of event. Scott Adams tweeted something on January 7th, 2020, he tweeted, "If Biden is elected, there's a good chance you will be dead within the year." And that is true. There are a lot of people who essentially the Biden administration's blood is on, well, I'm not even saying that right. There are a lot of people who died who, Biden's administration is essentially responsible for, right? I mean, look at all the illegal immigrants coming in, everybody that they caught, that's Biden responsible. And it's not just illegal Mexican immigrants. Shout out to the Haitians, Sapaso, but it was 15,000 Haitians on the border that we never heard a lick about. They probably all pulled up. Any bodies that are on them, Biden has to, that blood is on his hand. Any bodies that are on these illegal immigrants, the Mexicans who are coming over the border, that blood is on their hands. The Venezuelans who are coming over the border. I was just watching a press conference where Ted Cruz was talking about wristbands that people had on their arms to signify how much money they owed the cartel when coming over the border. And man, I mean, it's just what's happening on that southern border is absolutely crazy. Last week, we had record-breaking days of 10,000, 15,000, big numbers coming across the border every single day. Every single day. Guys, hit the PayPal, hit the Super Trap, hit the Cash App if you want your comment read. I will go through some of the unpaid comments because I just, love hearing you guys' feedback. But somebody support the channel. I am demonetized. I am shadow banned. I'm canceled. And I got canceled before I could even get any momentum. Like, they saw me at 1,000 subs and they were like, okay, cancel this nigga. Because they was like, oh shit, this nigga spitting. Cancel him. You know what I'm saying? So do what you can to support the channel. Anything is appreciated. Likes, comments, all that. But if you want to put some in the collection plate, be my guest. But you see what's going on. So this guy, he tries to make a joke at Scott Adams, and he says the Dilbert dude is like Nostradamus. Look at this prediction from 2020. Wow, eerie. And then Scott Adams says, oops, did not realize he was shot to death yesterday for not getting away from the hellhole in which he lived. And yes, Philadelphia is absolutely a hellhole. Okay? It's a hellhole. It really is, man. And it's bad news. And here is the headline: Philadelphia journalist and advocate Josh Kruger shot and killed at home. Advocate for what, though? You know what I'm saying? Advocate for LGBT, like all these things I mean, Buddy was literally just tweeting, not necessarily yesterday, but I mean, almost October 1st. So let's look at it, man. I mean, this is bad news. This is bad news. And there's so many different ironies in this tale. And this is a cautionary tale for all of you guys who are, purporting this woke ideology, the woke madness. Your wokeism is literally going to kill you. That's why I named this. I wanted to name this stream, what was my original title? Let me look at the thumbnail, because I wanted to name this stream something like, it's no longer go woke and go broke. It's go woke and die. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's a whole different playing field that we dealing with nowadays. All right. So so the headline is this is the headline that I wanted to put, but there aren't enough characters in the YouTube titles. It's no longer go woke and go broke. It's go woke and die woke. Or it's go woke and die. Woke journalist Josh Kruger murdered by Super Gremlin. I mean, plain and simple. I like what Trinity Cucks says. He says, get woke and never wake up. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. And this is the choice that you guys are making by voting these leftists in. All right, so just going through his tweets. Let's see if we can find that Dilbert one. Wow, yeah, here it is. Now let's read the comments. I guarantee they're going to be eating his ass up in the comments, and he can't even read it because he's dead. Man. Okay, so this was one of them. More Nostradamus level predictions from the guy who made a funny about office supplies or something back when comedy entailed 2 cans attached by strings, 3 TV channels, and dried corn cob. So he's making fun of Scott Adams' age here. And this isn't the actual tweet that I was talking about. This is another tweet that he was just going through Scott Adams, and he thought he was going to ether Scott Adams, and he literally got ethered the next day. Damn near the next day. He thought he was going to ether Scott Adams on Twitter, and his woke liberal ideologies ethered him in real life. This ain't a game! Shit ain't no game, bruh. It's not. Y'all keep playing with me. Y'all keep playing with my channel. And y'all keep saying, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. That ain't no problem. That ain't no problem. Okay, Trinity Cucks, I ain't gonna lie, he's going off. He said was, were. Damn. God damn. Yeah, and that's his pronouns. I mean, people putting pronouns in. Somebody said too soon. Wow. They said, do you think anyone has access to his account so they can change his pronouns to was, were? Oh, man. Ooh, damn, they eating him up. He was pretty much on target. So was his killer. Damn. Guess it was white people in general. So let's go back to the actual tweet. Okay, here it is. This Dilbert dude is like Nostradamus. Look at his prediction from 2020. Wow, eerie. And here's the thing. Dilbert was off a couple of years. I'll give him that. He was off a couple of years. It took a little time for that Biden administration to really kick in. It took a little time for them Bidenomics to really kick in. It took a little bit of time for, Biden's, criminal justice reform to kick in. It took a little bit of time, y'all. It took a little bit of time for Biden to open up the borders wide open. It took a little bit of time for Biden to pry the border walls open. See, it took a little bit of time. And these things take time. Destroying empires takes time. Ain't gonna happen overnight. It's going to be a slow process. It's like the frog in the gradually boiling water. Okay? Or the duck with who gives the scorpion a ride across the lake. Or the pond. Or whatever body of water that you want to imagine the duck is swimming in. Guys, these things take time, but I'm telling you right now, if you stay in the inner cities, you will die. Let me repeat. If you stay in the inner cities, you will die. Houston, Atlanta, San Francisco, LA, Philly, Portland, St. Louis, New Orleans, Memphis. You're going to die. DC. It's over. It's done. These cities are not safe. They're overrun. There is no refuge in these cities. Throw the whole shit away. Okay? So let's look at these replies. Oops, did not realize he was shot to death yesterday for not getting away from the hellhole in which he lived. And that Scott Adams reply, he was totally on point. Okay? Mike Cernovich, and I know people have, bone to pick with him. But anyways, multiple people who attacked me, including one who did a running bit making fun of my alleged lisp, died. That's why I stopped getting into fights with people. I can't explain what is happening, but some forces are looking out for certain people, and it's best we try to love. Okay, I mean, it's not that hard to understand what's happening. He lived in Philly, therefore he died. He lived in Atlanta, therefore he died. He lived in St. Louis, therefore he died. Every major Democratic city, therefore he died. Okay? It's that simple. He said, bruh, it's you. You're literally dead. Wow. Unfollowed for inactivity. Wow. Damn, they're eating him up. The internet is heartless. The internet is unforgiving. And you know what? It's hard to be forgiving on the internet when you have these people who think they're so right. They think they're right, man. That's the funniest part. That's the funniest part, man. They think they're right. They think they're on the right side of this. All right. Now he got his ass on the wrong side of the ground. Okay. That's what happens when you go woke. And I'm not celebrating his death. What I am is giving a cautionary tale. Guys, you need to understand that we are in a hostile environment. All right. It's a hostile environment amongst the races, right? It's a hostile environment in the inner cities. It's a hostile environment amongst political parties going into this election year. It's a hostile environment for content creators, right? Who are speaking truth, who are speaking up about these things. You think a guy like me is ever going to get noticed by, you know what I'm saying? No. It's going to be our little community, 43 people live watching every single time. Why? Because they have their hands on the pulse of the algorithm. Okay? I got one video that got like 160K views. I'll never get that again. I already know that. I accepted that. This work is more important. This work is more important than views. Although I do want maximum exposure to warn everybody, this work is more important than views. Okay? I'm betting there's more to the story. Home intruders don't usually shoot victims 7 times. This sounds personal. This is what people don't understand. These super gremlins don't give a fuck about what you think the motive or what you think criminals usually do. Oh, people don't usually shoot 7 times. Who the fuck don't shoot? The only niggas I know who bust a gun, they air that motherfucker out. Okay? Nobody's saving rounds, nigga. We put them all in ya. That's, I mean, they don't understand. They don't. This is why I say they think they're right. They don't understand the mentality of these super gremlins on demon time. They don't get it. And they never will. Oh, well, intruders don't usually shoot victims 7 times. Who said they don't? Who said that? Who said they don't? I'm 16, 17, 18, 19, 21 years old. I'm busting in your crib. I'm taking everything. Shit, I'm leaving you with some. I'm leaving you with some. This isn't how I feel. This is how I think. This is how these super gremlins think. And I'm trying to get you on game. I'm trying to put you on game. I'm trying to make sure that you realize the mindset. That's not how I think, but that's how they think. I'm in your crib. I'm violating. I'm leaving you with some. I'm going to take what I want. I'm going to leave you with some too. You can have it. 7 shots. You can have it. You think they give a fuck about, oh, well, you know, it might seem personal if I put 7 in them. No. He's like, yes, thank God I get to kill somebody again. Y'all don't fucking get it. You don't get it. Possibly, but teenagers don't usually run down people on bicycles and laughing while making a video. Exactly. I didn't do a video on that one, but the former police officer who got ran down in Cali while he was riding a bicycle, they filmed it. I didn't do a video on that one. So it's an older story. I might hit it though. But I'm trying to get you guys to understand, because that's why you have to read the comments. That's why you have to see, how these things are playing out, how people are really feeling, how people are really thinking about these issues. Okay. This guy is dead 2 days after posting this. No, cannot be. If so, I'm coming around to the simulation hypothesis. Yeah, man. And I mean, little ironies like this in life, right? Things that make you go, right? I mean, these are the things that make you go, wow. I mean, this is crazy. The Dilbert curse strikes again. Damn, that sucks that he was right and that you are dead. Wow. Somebody said this aged well. Not gonna dance on this dude's grave. This is sad. Yeah, it really is. And his Twitter feed isn't even that bad. Seems like a guy I'd like. Real shame. But it really is evidence of how bad our cities have become. Rest in peace. Praying for your family and friends. So I think they put maybe a character in the Superman cape. Okay, so people are, obviously, yep, you should have had a weapon to defend yourself. Too late. I mean, so they're, talking about the gun laws here. I mean, there's so many different ironies in this story, and we haven't even gotten to the news coverage yet. Now, this is going to be something to behold. This is the part that everybody's waiting for. How are they going to cover this? How are they going to patch this up? How are they going to explain this away? How are they going to do it? Oh, it's going to be tough, baby. It's going to be tough, man. Because there's not much you can do to explain this away without confronting the reality. He was woke. He was supporting things that inevitably led to his untimely, but ironically timely demise. Okay? So let's see what they're saying about this thing, y'all. The moment you have all been waiting for. The infamous reaction to the news coverage.
A local journalist is being remembered tonight after he was shot and killed inside of his home. It happened overnight in the city's Point Breeze section. Action News reporter John Paul live for us now at police headquarters with the latest on this investigation. John.
Yeah, Shar, he was shot to death early this morning inside of his home in Point Breeze. He was an award-winning journalist, an outspoken member of the LGBTQ community. And tonight, friends and family are devastated.
The hate has to stop. It has to stop.
Heartbreak tonight.
So here's the thing. You see this, sister. The hate has to stop. The hate has to stop. It has to stop. I'm sorry, ma'am, but who's perpetuating the hate? Right? Because when we talk about the hate has to stop, I mean, a lot of the hate and a lot of this anti-white rhetoric movement, yes, it is coming from black men in the actions. All right. It's perpetrating itself through black men in the actions, but the rhetoric, the dialogue, the discussions are coming from the women, are coming from the sisters. Don't get it fucked up. And then these single mother raised ninjas are going out and then inflicting the ideology into society, taking the victim mindset, attacking white people just because they're white, attacking Asian people just because they're Asian. Okay? Guys, attacking women, children, shooting each other. The rhetoric, the hateful rhetoric is coming from the sisters, and they don't get it. Even she doesn't get it. She probably said something 2 days ago. Some bullshit. She probably said some bullshit about white folks 2 days ago. Swear to God. And I'm not saying we can't have fun and we can't, you know, go back and forth and make fun of each other and all these kind of things and, you know, have a good time. But I mean, the shit that I see coming from Black Twitter, I mean, it's inexcusable. It really is, man. It really is, man. And there's just so many different examples. There's just so many different examples, man. Okay. Like there's so there's this this video going viral of, you know, Black people trying to act like white people, and essentially they're just walking past each other being polite. And I mean, the video, I'm not gonna lie, the video was kind of funny, but obviously you have Twitter debates saying, hey, why can Black people make fun of white people blatantly and, you know, be openly what we would consider racist if a white person did it, but it doesn't work the other way around. And obviously the argument is going to be, okay, because of historical precedent and slavery, all this shit, right? But my point is, it gets worse than that. See, that was a little lighthearted. That was, oh yeah, I mean, it's interesting that they're depicting white people as, oh, they're just being nice and giving directions and hiking and all this kind of stuff. And, but I might just have to show you the video after this one so you know what I'm talking about. But some of you guys who are on Twitter and follow me on Twitter, you probably seen it.
In Point Breeze, his friends processed the senseless killing of Josh Kruger, a journalist and an LGBTQ activist who was gunned down in his own home early this morning.
He talked about the tough topics that no one else wants to really talk about.
Oh, this is a trans nigga. This got to be a trans nigga. Yeah, this nigga's trans. I thought it was a bitch at first. Okay, this is a trans nigga. All right. Okay, now it's all making sense because I'm like, okay, y'all sisters are the main ones, but them trans niggas be on that shit too, bruh. They be on the anti-white shit too. And here's the thing. White people are on it too. Y'all weren't ready for that. White people are on it too, just like Josh. I'm sure, you know, there were multiple self-deprecating type, and I'm not saying you there, it's all about I know I'm rambling, but it's all about context. Like oh man, I mean, there's just so many different examples that I could bring up, but white people are on the self-deprecating thing too, and it's kind of weird. It's like, you know, damn, y'all have even fallen into the propaganda, so much so that I'll be on TikTok and, you know, you might see a white bitch talking about, oh, well, these hetero white men and da 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 da. I'm like, damn, like, what's the beef? But for some reason, there's just the agenda has already been set in stone. Okay, so I mean, very interesting story here. But yeah, I think this nigga's trans.
Homelessness. Okay. Talking about anti-LGBTQ sentiment. Okay. Bias-based bullying.
Look at that chin, my nigga. And what's going on with the teeth? Obviously, the voice is fake. Bias-based bullying. Bias-based bullying. And da 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 da. Like, oh my God. I'm sorry, but I can't. I mean, I just can't do the trans shit. The gay shit, okay, cool, you know, stay over there. But the trans shit, oh, hell no. Like, we're not going at all. Like, yeah, I just can't accept it.
And targeting of people. And now he's a target.
Police say the 39-year-old was shot multiple times inside of his home on Watkins Street around 1:30 this morning. Law enforcement sources confirmed for us there were no signs of forced entry. The home does have cameras, but it's unclear if they captured any images of the shooter. Friends say he had recently posted online about,
And I guarantee he had poo shiesty mask,
threats, including an incident where he filed a police report after his home was vandalized in late August. Kendall Stevens is a black trans activist who says Kruger helped her after she was violently attacked in 2020. She wants answers about her friend.
He was.
And I mean, who was this? The nigga says, oh, he was violently attacked. I don't know. I mean, nigga like this, he probably instigated that shit. I ain't gonna cap. A lot of these trans people try and act like they're innocent in every situation. Everything that happens to them is because they're trans. But y'all know y'all be stoking flames. Y'all know y'all be instigating shit. I've seen plenty of videos of trans niggas beating the shit out of women, and then y'all want to go cry all that trans shit. Nah, hell nah, bruh. Like I feel like a lot of guys go trans just so that they can beat the shit out of a bitch. You dig? Like, I mean, it's look at all these people going into sports. Like, they want to put their hands on women. All right. They're jealous of them. They want to be y'all. Y'all don't get it, and y'all are just accepting it. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. A lot of modern women are accepting the trans shit. Y'all are dumb as fuck because these niggas hate y'all. They hate y'all. Think about it. For one, they're way smarter than you because they're able to psychoanalyze you and then put out propaganda in order for you to accept their movement. So much so that their movement has been pushed onto children, and women are accepting it. As a matter of fact, women are the first ones to, oh my God, are you a boy or a girl? Asking the kid if he's a damn boy or a girl at 2 years old. The nigga ain't even said goo goo gaga, and they already transitioning the fucker. It's crazy. So that, for one, these trans niggas are so diabolical, bro. They are, they got women to advocate for trans niggas to basically take over their trap. Soon you're going to start to see a lot more men accept trans men. It's disgusting, I know, but you're going to see a higher volume of men. And the black women, what were they complaining about? All the men in the black community are in dead, jail, or gay. But they're the first ones to line up behind the trans movement. It's absolutely embarrassing. And women are the main advocates. I mean, the only men who are advocating trans shit is like a liberal cuck or, you know, a homosexual. Men are not avid. Like, I don't know one man who's saying, oh yeah, that trans shit is valid. I unless he's gay, I don't. And even the gay men that I know, they're like, nah, man, fuck them trans niggas. I mean, I'm not saying fuck them as in fuck them, but I'm saying like, they're like, nah, they're fucking up our thing. They're fucking up the, you know, the G and the LGBT. You feel me? So, I mean, and I'm not trying to trans bash, but y'all got to do something, bro, because your chin, I mean, you could tell you got like shaving scars from the 5 o'clock shadow. I mean, this is absolutely, it's disgusting, man. It really is. And you need some help. You need some help. Your face is too big. You don't look like a bitch. So stop it.
Killed in cold blood. In cold blood. Someone murdered him. Someone thought it was okay to come into his home and just kill him in the dead of night.
Kruger worked for a number of publications and for city government in the Office of Homeless Services. Today, Mayor Jim Kenney posted a statement saying, quote, shocked and saddened by Josh Kruger's death, he cared deeply about our city and its residents, which was evident in his public service in writing. At this point, police have not released any information about a suspect, but they're asking anyone who might have information to come forward. We're live outside of police headquarters. John Paul, Channel 6 Action News. Rick?
All right, John, thank you.
And they don't have shit. They don't have a goddamn clue who did this shit. And they got cameras. Oh, man, you cannot make this shit up. This is real life, y'all. This is real life. I don't like there's literally no other topic more important than this. There isn't. Not one. Not a one.
But first, a prominent community journalist and a justice advocate for the LGBTQ plus and recovery communities was murdered inside his own home in Point Breeze. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Natasha Brown.
And I'm Siafa Lewis. As of this afternoon, we still don't know who is responsible for Josh Kruger's death, let alone why he appears to have been targeted.
CBS News Philadelphia reporter Josh Sanders is live outside of...
And here's the thing, I'll tell you why he was targeted, because he's a fucking lick. I don't think these people who ran up in his crib knew his sexuality. It probably had nothing to do with LGBT shit. They're just like, oh, look at that skinny ass white boy. It's 3 niggas and 1 skinny ass white boy. We're running up on him. Y'all are overcomplicating this. Well, could it have been? Well, he was an LGBT advocate. Maybe it was somebody who wanted to do harm, against the LGBT community. No. You're overthinking it. 3 niggas saw 1 white boy in the dark go into his crib. Maybe they've been, stalking him for a little bit. Maybe they've been seeing his movements. Maybe they seen that little laptop he be typing on outside on the balcony. You dig? Maybe they saw his little tablet that he be loading up in his car every morning. They want that. It's that simple. It's that simple. Y'all overcomplicating it. It don't have to be no. Oh well, he was an LGBT advocate, and he, maybe it's the far right coming after against him. No, we're just like, I told you so. That's what the far right is doing, and fuck it. I don't give a fuck the classification of far right at this point is valid. Because it's like, I don't give a fuck. That's not even an insult at this point, because we just sitting back like, shit, I told you so. If anything, this just validate, hey man, get out to the country. Get out to the outskirts. Make sure you're in a rural area so you can see them coming from a mile away. All right? That's really all it is.
Kruger's Point Breeze home right now with more on this ongoing investigation. Josh.
So listen up. Let me run it back. Now, I hear Rollo Rodriguez in the background. If you guys don't know what Rollo Rodriguez is, he's a, I'd say a C-level actor. I mean, not actor, rapper. But he's making waves, and he's, known for his witty punchlines. And I like the guy. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I like his music. But you hear it bumping in the background. See, when I hear music like this, I'm going the other way. Just listen up. You hear the 808s. You hear the snare. You got to go the other way, bruh.
Ongoing investigation. Josh.
Natasha, Siafa, good afternoon, friends. And
that's a clear indication that the block is hot. Once you start hearing them pitter patters and them 808s and it's super loud, 10, 15 minutes later, the whole block getting shot up.
Neighbors of Josh Kruger are devastated. They say he was a force for change who lived out the words he wrote, giving a voice to the voiceless. And today I spoke with Kruger's friend who was attacked outside of her home just blocks away from his residence back in 2020. Her words, powerful.
This is a shock to the system, a shock to our community.
A shock to the system for Kendall Stevens after learning her friend and neighbor Josh Kruger was gunned down in the early morning hours of Monday inside his home in the Point Breeze neighborhood.
I'm so upset. I can barely think straight. He was loved by so many people. He didn't deserve what happened to him.
And here's the thing. He may not have deserved what happened to him, but he quite frankly voted for what happened to him. He voted for it. He voted for it. He did, man. Can we talk about it? Can we say, hey, man, all them articles that he was writing? I mean, I'm gonna go back through his catalog, honestly. See if we can find some articles that he had wrote or that he written. I want to get to the bottom of what he really was advocating for.
Someone in your house, you're in your house, and someone could just barge in and kill you. And for what?
Kruger there for Stevens, a trans woman, after she was attacked outside her home just blocks away in 2020.
When I was a victim of a hate crime, he was one of the first people to be neighborly and come over and just provide support, kind words.
The two sharing a common bond, both activists for the LGBTQ plus community.
He used journalism as a way to speak about the societal ills that affect our most vulnerable community.
I mean, I think the news has an obligation to say, hey, this nigga is trans. All right, now let's go into the interview. Because this is just, we need the option to say, hey, kids, look away. That's not a woman. That's a man. Look away. Like, come on. They're just taking our choice away at this point.
Communities, and he cares so deeply about the communities.
Kruger overcame many struggles himself.
Uh-oh, I'm looking at an article that he wrote. The title is, Hey, Wawa, we'll take Center City stores over fireworks. Now, I do want to read this article. However, there is a paywall. And I ain't got enough Cash Apps or PayPals. I ain't got enough, Ninja. Hey, look, I'm broke. I'm broke as shit. I'm not going to lie. Once YouTube turned off my monetization, nigga, that was it. That was it. Don't ask me for no money. Don't be like Jen Quavius, you big balling. Nah, nigga, I'm broke. Once y'all see me in that damn cardboard box. That's where I'm staying now. So I ain't got enough money to click on his big time articles. But the headline is, Hey, Wawa, we'll take Center City stores over fireworks. Insinuating that don't shut down your Center City stores. And saying, hey, don't think that just because y'all bust fireworks on 4th of July, which was a historically dangerous 4th of July in the city of Philadelphia in 2023, might I add. Don't turn off y'all. Don't think that just because y'all pop off some fireworks, we're going to forget that every major Wawa in this area is shutting down. That's what the headline of that article was inferencing. And yes, I'm a representative of Wawa. And yes, we is shutting that shit down. I'm not really a representative of Wawa, guys. I'm just playing. But I mean, if I was a representative of Walmart, I was like, yes, we shutting that shit down. Because y'all niggas keep stealing. I would have put out a presser. I'd have been like, thank you to the city of Philadelphia for 10 great years of service. The nigga tree has just gotten too crazy nowadays. We're shutting down indefinitely. Now, who wants to take over this lease? It's a $20,000 a month land lease. Who wants it? Like at this point, it's like that's one of the headlines of his articles. So he doesn't get it. He doesn't get it. Now here's some of the body. Now I can't read it all, but I can read. Matter of fact, I'm gonna just show you his website. You know, I don't mind giving his website clicks. I support journalism. I support independent journalism. But the left won't do the same for me though. Right? I'll go to his page. I'll support his articles. I'll like it, whatever. Maybe even comment, leave some engagement. I'll support if I find, valid information, I'll support it. They're not going to do that with us. So here's some of the body. A broadside against Wawa. This essay received thousands of messages of feedback, including from Wawa's many far-right fans, but also those who sadly agree it's time to break up with the hoagie chain. Its list of sins. First, hurtful defamation against Philadelphia just a month before the midterm elections using curious, fear-mongering messaging not backed up by data. Wow. That was a mouthful. At this point, do we even need data? We have Twitter. We don't need data. I just pull up Twitter, go to the media page, and see all the videos of niggas running up in Wawa and taking everything that they can hold. This guy's ridiculous. This guy's ridiculous. Bring back queer radicalism, rainbow capitalism, and crosswalks are nice, but let's not forget we need to demand our right to exist. You should have asked those niggas who killed you. I mean, I'm not trying to dunk on this man's demise, but your right to exist was taken when you voted for criminal justice reform. Your right to exist was taken when you supported Larry Krasner. Your right to exist was taken when you supported the BLM movement. Now your existence is a mere memory. Sucks. Monkeypox isn't an equal opportunity virus. It's a gay thing, to be honest. Okay. I'll support it. I respect that. I'm glad he said that. We did a story on monkeypox and we exposed that it was a gay thing. Obviously, that video got censored. Just go into my catalog and type in monkeypox and you'll find it. We exposed it was not only a homosexual thing, but black women were getting it. Why? Because they sleep with bisexual men. A whole host of them do. Because they're sleeping with men who are coming from prison. And I mean, I honestly, if I had any nigga who's done over 10 years in prison, there's a 75% chance that he is bisexual. I'm gonna just tell you that right now. Gay, black, and electable. How Malcolm Kenyatta has already made history and might be your next U.S. senator. Oh, God, please no. I mean, man. I mean, he's got some articles that have done numbers. I'll give him that, but it's just it's crazy. Well, I mean, the man sealed his own fate. I'll say that much.
Including homelessness and addiction, working for the city government in the mayor's office as communications director for the city's Office of Homeless Services. He also wrote for several Philadelphia news outlets. Today, city officials honoring Kruger's work. In a statement, District Attorney Larry Krasner saying Josh lifted up the most vulnerable, and Mayor Kinney saying he cared deeply for our city and its residents, which was evident in his public service and writing. But for Kendall, Kruger was more than his words. And now it's about finding him in the community he represents, justice.
He was somebody that fought the great fight. So many of us are not able to fight that fight because we're too busy shuttered in our own homes, wondering if someone's going to knock down our door and kill us the same way they killed him, the same way they tried to kill me. And we're tired of it.
Like I said, I would love to hear that story. And here's what I also say. That trans ninja, it could have just literally been a random attack. It could have been something that had nothing to do with him being trans. Literally had nothing to do with him being trans, but because he's trans, he's going to make it about being trans when it literally had nothing to do with being trans. Nigga, you got jumped. That's what niggas do. We jump niggas. You did the boy that say no, you don't want no one-on-ones. Y'all ain't never heard that song? Yeah, shit, you gonna get jumped. If you in the if you in the community, if you in the hood, if you're around ninjas, you're going to get jumped. Don't gotta be, oh, he's trans, let's jump the nigga. No, it's that nigga got a purse. Let's see what's in it.
You can hear her. She just said they are tired. Now, we reached out to Philly police for an update. They say this is an active investigation. There are no updates right now, but they will keep us informed and we will keep you informed. Natasha, back to you.
All right. So I do want to acknowledge Deluxe with the $20 Cash App. He says, for a great stream.
Hold on. Hello? Where we at? Oh, you want to know where I'm at? We outside!
Yes, sir. You can definitely believe Deluxe is outside with the $20 Cash App. That is greatly appreciated. And any money that is donated to BGZM News 17 will be put back into this channel to bring you the best, most up-to-date, most authentic views or news on the internet, on this side of the internet, at least.
All right, Josh, thank you so much.
So there you have it. Let's see what MSNBC is talking about.
The brutal murder. Police are investigating the brutal murder of Philadelphia journalist and LGBTQ rights activist Josh Kruger.
He was loved by so many people. He didn't deserve what happened to him. Someone in your house, you're in your house, and someone could just barge in and kill you. And for what?
Kruger was shot 7 times inside his home early this morning, according to police. Traces of blood still visible on his front steps. Police say there were no signs of forced entry, and the shooter fled the scene. Kruger recently posted on social media about incidents of apparent vandalism and harassment, according to police, in late August.
Ooh. Okay, so let's see. August 29th, 2023. That's not valid, man. That's not valid. I mean, August 29th is damn near shit. It's a month later, and they're trying to say, oh, well, he was killed because of, let's go back to his tweets. Oh, he was killed because of the vandalism and no. Like, they're trying to put the pieces together, but super gremlins don't wait a month to kill you. If they're going to come get you, they're going to come get you, point blank. And a lot of times you'll see that in the LGBT community, a lot of the crime that happens to them are done by who? Other LGBT people. Okay, now that's a fact. So I'm gonna show y'all who they're trying to make it seem like did this or crime against this guy. Oh man, I mean it's like, yeah, I don't think his truck getting egged has anything to do with what happened. But let's read the tweet. Yesterday afternoon, in a homophobic or other pathetic act, someone sent a heavy glass egg projectile through my front window. It's caused about $400 worth of damage. It was seemingly a targeted act. If you recognize this car or driver, please let me know. In a homophobic or other pathetic act, how? So what is the significance of a glass egg to the homosexual community? I'm trying to figure that out. How does this mean that they're homophobic? Maybe they just threw some shit through your window. I mean, I don't see how this is directly correlated to homophobia. I genuinely don't. But this is who they're trying to say is a potential suspect for somebody who threw a glass egg through his window a month ago. Yeah, not likely. Y'all know niggas ain't patient like that. We're not finna, oh, let's wait 30 more days to kill him. No, are you serious? Anyways, this is who he's highlighting. Obviously, you can't really see who's driving, but I think it's quite obvious that it's not a black guy. I'm going to go on a limb, say this isn't a black guy. I could be reaching, but from the looks of that truck, I don't see many niggas with a truck like that. I really don't. Now, if it was a Charger, a Challenger, a Hellcat, something like that. Okay, so I guess they're looking at this van too. Let's see. I already filed a police report. The officer I dealt with was helpful and polite. We need info on this van and driver too. I don't like anybody who gives me a hard time for no reason or acts like a creep. Weird to me how you're framing the issue. Kind of calls for more direct oversight and investigation if policing hinges on ass kicking, doesn't it? I mean, let's see. I don't really understand where this van came into the equation. But obviously people are saying, well, Josh, you hate the police. You're defund the police. So why are you asking for the police to help you out? And that's a valid question. That's a valid question. I mean, I don't think they're correlated at all. I really don't. And I don't see how a glass egg through the window is homophobia, unless there's some significance that I'm not understanding about glass eggs, or, maybe that's what they put up their ass. I don't fucking know.
According to police, in late August, a glass egg was thrown at Kruger's front window. And just 2 weeks ago, he wrote on Facebook that he'd been threatened by a person that came to his door. Police say those incidents are now part of the investigation.
Okay, so I mean, he's getting pressed a lot. But these are all by different people. This morning, some idiot came to my house and was screaming, looking for their boyfriend. A man I've never once met in my entire life called themselves Lady Diabla, the she-devil of the streets. So this is obviously, here's what y'all have to understand about homosexuality. For one, it's a small community. They're all fucking each other. And this, I mean, I'm not trying to disrespect, but they have to, because they're not like, there's not high numbers. So when they get on Grindr, okay, and if you guys don't know what Grindr is, it's basically like the gay Tinder. They get on Grindr and all the guys are fucking all the guys, because when it comes to guys, we're not like, guys are not picky, especially when it comes, so guys are not picky with women. So what y'all think they're gonna be when it comes to a dude? All right, like even heterosexual men, shit, I mean, hell, if I ain't getting no pussy in like 6 months, I'm a fucking fat bitch. I don't give a damn. So that's pretty much what it comes up to. And it's the same for gay dudes. So they have a small community. So this guy, Josh Kruger, he could have been getting a lot of ass and people hear about him. Maybe he fucked somebody's boyfriend. But this beef that he's having, it sounds like internal LGBT shit, not, oh, I hate gay people, so I'm going to go attack. No, this is, you're getting called out for fucking somebody's man. Okay. They insisted I was the person antagonizing them. You can't make this shit up. After a good half-hour show for the neighbors, this person apparently left after threatening to post leaflets everywhere that I am a home wrecker of some such. Whether actually and sincerely misinformed or just some attempt to harass and annoy at the behest of somebody else, regardless, I'm not particularly consumed with what people thought. It's all going in the book, though, that's for sure. The she-devil of the streets is bad writing if it were not real life. And here's the thing. He's going to put that in the book. Well, he was going to put that in the book. And then he was going to say, these are the traumas and the troubles that members of the LGBT community face. Dude, you fuck somebody's guy, or you may have been seen with somebody's guy. Maybe you were flirting with somebody's guy at a gay bar. We don't know. And then they were like, oh, this guy, Josh Kruger, he fucks a lot of ass because he's a famous, LGBT journalist and advocate. He knows every single gay nigga in Philly. He gets a lot of ass. So therefore, or maybe he gave somebody AIDS. You never know. The nigga, he has HIV and he's out here fucking. I mean, you would think catching, AIDS would be a deterrent, but I mean, it looks like it only heightens and emboldens their sexual debauchery. So we don't know what, transpired when it comes to this person coming up to his door. He could have fucked somebody's man. He could have gave somebody AIDS. But what we do know is there is rampant drug use in the homosexual community. I'm talking about methamphetamines. I'm talking about cocaine. I'm talking about that heroin. I look like I'm selling heroin. Okay. I'm talking about, PCP. I'm talking about speed. I'm talking about ecstasy. I'm talking about oxy, a lot of painkillers, Percocets. They got to loosen those bowels, y'all. I'm talking about drugs, pharmaceutical drugs, big pharma. Yeah. Rampant in the homosexual community. So what you guys have to understand is there are going to be a lot of drug addicts that is going to be surrounding this man, especially if he's an advocate for homosexuality and LGBT and trans shit. All of these trans niggas are on drugs because they're on hormone replacement or whatever, hormone suppressant. they're on drugs. So they have to couple these drugs with other drugs because they feel like shit from taking the drugs that make them feel like what they believe that they are. I know it's confusing, I know.
Person that came to his door. Police say those incidents are now part of the investigation into his murder. As a journalist, Kruger covered a variety of political and humanitarian issues. On his website, noting his own experience with homelessness, HIV, Philadelphia's street economy, trauma, and poverty informed his writing.
He made lots of friends and probably as many enemies, but all for
So homelessness, HIV. I mean, let's keep it a buck. I mean, I didn't know him personally, but homeless, traumatized, got AIDS, poverty, he was broke. I mean, could this guy have just been, and I'm not trying to besmirch the dead, but is it possible that he could have been an asshole to somebody? I mean, I'm not saying that he deserved to get killed for being an asshole, but is it slightly possible that he was kind of a dick? No pun intended. Respectfully.
Lots of friends and probably as many enemies, but all for good reason, because he was fighting the good fight for sure.
Kruger also spent 5 years as a city of Philadelphia spokesperson. Tonight, Mayor Jim Kenney writing, his intelligence, creativity, passion, and wit shone bright. His light was dimmed much too soon.
Okay, George Solis joins us tonight from Philadelphia. George, do police have any word yet on a motive?
Yeah, Tom.
He reportedly went to a bar, and a suspected LGBT bar, and gave a nigga fellatio, and that man came back, said he had AIDS, and pulled up with a blicky. No, I'm just kidding.
No motive yet. This investigation's still in its early phases, but I should note, police officials tell me they are looking at doorbell surveillance video found at the home, and they hope that'll help them solve this case. Tom?
Okay, George Solis. George, thank you. When we come back, the machete attack out of Miami. New video shows a driver getting out of his car, walking up to a man on a scooter, and swinging a machete at his head. What police say led to the frightening scene.
Yeah, that's just wild. Oh, man. But, buddy, there's just so much. There's so many different things that could be behind this. I'm not completely sure what the issue is, but it sounds like to me that this guy was involved in a lot of people's lives. So with the proximity alone, everything just starts to add up, you see. So let's keep going, pushing through.
But first, a prominent community journalist and a justice advocate for the LGBTQ plus and recovery communities was murdered inside his own home in Point Breeze. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Natasha Brown.
And I'm Siafa Lewis. As of this afternoon, we still don't know who is responsible for Josh Kruger's death, let alone why he appears to have been targeted.
CBS News Philadelphia reporter Josh Sanders is live outside of Kruger's Point Breeze home right now with more on this ongoing investigation. Josh?
Oh, we already watched this one. Sorry. Let's see. I think, okay. Yeah. So, I mean, they don't have anything, even though he had a camera outside of his door. Were the guys wearing Pooh Shiesty masks? Most likely.
Right now at 4:30, the search for a killer. Philadelphia police hunting for a gunman who snuck into a home and killed a 39-year-old journalist and activist. And investigators say Josh Kruger was shot several times inside his home in Point Breeze overnight.
Mayor Jim Kenney released a statement today saying he was shocked and saddened by Kruger's death. NBC 10's Dina Durant.
And look, here's another theory. Ooh, and this one's deep. This one's deep, y'all. He could have fucked a woman's man. Ooh. So he fucked some woman's man. She gets upset, calls Pookie and Ray Ray to come spin the block. I mean, it's all making sense now. I'm not saying this is what happened, but it's possible.
He is live in the newsroom with more on Kruger's life and what police say led to his death. Deanna, fill us in.
Well, Josh Kruger was well known in the city of Philadelphia, working in city government, and he was a decorated journalist. If police have suspects so far, they're not talking about them publicly. The 39-year-old lived his life openly, writing about it for.
And I mean, I would hope that if they had a suspect, they would talk about it publicly, because now everybody else's life is in danger. Okay? Everybody else's life is in danger because of this. All right. So, I mean, I think the police have a duty to say, hey, man, we got some crazy ass blank, blank, blank on the loose. Let us know who did it. But I think they don't want to give out a description, because obviously it's going to be, you know, oh, young black guy, da, 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 and then it's just, you're going to get the calls to the news station. Oh, why y'all have to say black? I mean, it's wild. You can't even give a description of a perp now.
Philadelphia area publications. He documented his struggles with mental health, his former addiction, and his current fight for those living with HIV and AIDS.
Gross.
It was a new love Josh Kruger shared with NBC 10 in 2019, his cat Russ. In his time with the Philadelphia city government, Kruger worked in the office of the mayor, homeless outreach, and the city health department. Kruger told us all about his life, his bout with addiction, his homelessness, and his passion to advocate for all who needed help. He wrote for magazines, newspapers, and online publications. And yes, about his beloved cats.
Well, early this morning, there was just gunshots, and then there was just screaming, and Josh, I guess, was calling for help.
And it all ended just before 1:30.
So, I mean, it's a lot of people who know Josh. It sounds, I don't know, bro. I don't want to jump to conclusions, but it sounded like he was fucking a lot of ass.
When an armed intruder got into his South Philadelphia home this morning, firing multiple shots, Kruger was able to get outside. And while help came, the injuries were too severe for him to be saved.
He was very compassionate and kind and nice, and it's just, I just hope no one took that kindness for weakness.
He died at the hospital less than an hour after those shots were fired. Kendall Stevens says she got to know Kruger after she was attacked in her own home.
Bro, there ain't no way they just said she. Look at this nigga's hands. Insane.
Kruger offered her a place to stay.
I just don't understand it. I can't wrap my mind around it.
Kruger offered him a place to stay. What you think? What you think he was charging in rent? Back shots, nigga.
But this is the world we seem to be living in, and something has to happen.
And here's the thing. Here's the thing that people don't understand, and I'm not in no way am I saying that this is what he was absolutely doing, but in the LGBT community, since they're so ostracized, and it's not that people are just ostracizing them, it's just that sometimes, not all, but a lot of times they be on some weird shit. Obviously, they be on that woke shit. Obviously, they can't take no jokes. So it's just not, a lot of times it's just like they ass just don't fit in certain groups. And there's nothing wrong with that. There are emo people who don't fit in with, you know, hood people. And there are hood people who don't fit in with, yeah, I don't know, fucking, you know, somebody who's going to the ballet or something like that. But these people really don't fit in, so they're in a tight-knit group. And I mean, a lot of them are, how do I say it? I would say sexually perverse in a way. So what they do is they might, and I'm not saying Buddy was a predator, because it sounds like, you know, he's got glowing reviews. But you don't have to really be a predator to take advantage of a lot of homeless dudes, a lot of homeless trans dudes who you could potentially easily get intercourse for if you say, hey, come stay at my crib. I was homeless before too. I was just like you. And then the seduction happens. And I mean, apparently they was all for it, because I ain't heard no complaints so far. And that's really how it goes down in the LGBT community. I'm trying to tell y'all, but y'all don't listen. The intercourse that the way that heterosexual people, let me put it like this. The freeness of intercourse in the LGBT community is way higher than the freeness or the ease or readily availability of sex is not as high in the heterosexual community for men. Now for women, it's always, you know, readily available, but for men, if you're a heterosexual man, shit, you working for every piece of pussy you ever got. I don't give a fuck. I mean, unless you're just straight paying, but even then you're working for it. You work for it. You spent the money. You're working for every single play that you ever had in your damn life. And the LGBT community, shit. Nigga, I'm telling you, they're literally fucking homeless niggas. How y'all think that nigga got AIDS? How do y'all think that nigga got AIDS? He was homeless. He fucked a homeless nigga. I mean, hell, even if I was homeless, I still wouldn't fuck a homeless bitch. I mean, it's absolutely insane. So this is what's going down. Like, they don't mind if, oh, the nigga was a little dusty. They going up in some asshole anyway. It's like going in a sewer.
Someone has to make a stand against this type of injustice. This is wrong on so many levels, where you're not even safe in your own home.
Kruger's online activities in the last few days, much in line with his work. His friends and family are struggling with the sense of loss and how this happened and why.
We're not going to let this fly. We're going to find out who did this to him. He was killed in cold blood. In cold blood, someone murdered him.
Now, police sources say there was no sign of forced entry at Kruger's home, that either the door was open or someone had a key or a code to an electronic lock. Today, detectives were searching for video in the area. And while
So if somebody had a code to the crib, could have been a lover of his or past lover. So I'm telling y'all, it's so much shit going on with the LGBT community. Whenever you hear of an LGBT person getting killed, you don't jump to the conclusion that, oh, well, it was probably a hate crime because somebody got mad that they were gay. No, bruh. They are into some weird shit. They do a lot of fucking drugs. They fuck a lot of assholes. And I mean, there's something that happens to you mentally if, for one, if you fuck another man, which is crazy. And then for two, if you get fucked by another man, which is even crazier. So there's something that happens to you mentally. I'm not saying that every person who participates in these activities, there's something wrong with them. But I mean, obviously there is something wrong with them. If you're, you know, respectfully, shout out to y'all, but it's something off, and you know it's something off with your ass. But I mean, they got a lot of kinky, weird, tie you up, gag you, beat the shit out of you, then fuck you type shit going on in that community. Orgy. I mean, like I said, they're doing a lot. Shitty bed. I mean, who was the senator who got caught? Was it Andrew Gillum? Right? The guy who was married and then he got caught in Florida in some fucking busted ass motel with a bed full of shit, methamphetamines in the room. I mean, I'm telling you guys, when they get freaky, the whole room smell like dookie.
Well, we know Kruger was able to call for help. Police have not said if he was able to tell them about the person who killed him. Live in the newsroom, Deanna Durante, NBC 10 News.
All right, Deanna, thanks.
Yeah, I mean, it's like that. All right, so I think we got one more little news video, and then we'll conclude it because shit, they don't have much on this one, but the whole situation of his death, hella ironic.
And now back to the deadly shooting of a local journalist and community activist. 39-year-old Josh Kruger shot 7 times while inside his home overnight. Kruger was known for covering issues like LGBTQ rights, homelessness, and addiction. Our Cheyenne Corinne is live at City Hall for us tonight, where he spent time working while living in Philadelphia. Cheyenne, his death has hit the community hard.
It has hit the community hard, Sheba, and you can tell because as soon as that news broke this morning of Josh Kruger's death, there was an outpouring of reaction from that same community that he spent so much of his life advocating for.
He was loved by so many people. He didn't deserve what happened to him.
All loved ones of Josh Kruger's now have...
At this point, I'm thinking one of they ass killed him, honestly. one of them little trans or you know, one of them gay motherfuckers killed him. Guys, like I said, when y'all hear about these LGBT deaths, a lot of times it happens at the hands of other LGBTs for sure.
Or memories and photos, such as this one seen here on his website. The 39-year-old was shot and killed overnight inside his Point Breeze home after a person came in and started shooting. Police say they responded to the 2300 block of Watkins Street around 1:30 a.m. to reports of gunshots and screams. When they arrived, they found Kruger shot multiple times and collapsed in the street. Detectives believe someone came in, shot him at the bottom of his stairs, and Kruger ran outside looking for help.
Home and kill them in cold blood. You have to think about the kind of mindset of that person. They're dangerous and they're walking the streets.
The journalist dedicated his life to
And you would probably vote to let him out.
advocating for the LGBTQ plus community and those dealing with homelessness and addiction.
He was somebody that fought the great fight. So many of us are not able to fight that fight because we're too busy shuttered in our own homes.
Could he have potentially, you know, taken somebody in and then kicked them out?
Somebody's going to knock down our door and kill us the same way they killed him, the same way they tried to kill me.
Today, while grieving the loss of her friend, transgender activist Kendall Stevens is also having flashbacks of when she was also attacked in the Point Breeze neighborhood in 2020. She says Kruger helped her get through that difficult time.
I fear for every member of the LGBTQ plus community every waking moment. I fear for my own safety every moment. I hear something in the night. I'm jumping up thinking that someone's in my house.
Now, police say the motive behind Kruger's murder is unclear and under investigation, but they do say that there were no signs of forced entry. I'm live in City Hall. I'm Cheyenne Karen, Fox 29 News.
Yeah, man. So, I mean, that's pretty much it. I don't know what else to tell you. I don't know what else to say. Guys, just understand these super gremlins are on demon time, and it ain't changing, and it's getting worse. And as you guys can see, it's wild. So I got about 5 minutes here. Let me read some of you guys' chats if you got, you know, any remarks. I'm not gonna bring anybody up on stream right now because I don't have enough time. He says gonna be in the 40s here at night. I wonder where everybody is. J. Lou, no door cam, no cell phone footage, not a single megabyte of digital security data. Kind of hard to believe. I smell an extra manufactured situation, right? Or they're keeping things in the tuck, the police. The hood conservative, when the gays are this afraid, we're doing okay. God damn. Deluxe 247, that's a man, right? He makes it all about him. He loves being on camera. How many news stations interviewed him? It must have been several. Yeah, exactly. The whole murder smell like doo-doo. I know, right? That's fucking crazy. Quay's manifesto is calling me a coon. All right, Quay. I mean, if you're still in here, I might let some dissenters join the stream. That would be interesting. But just let me know if you want to debate really quickly. I don't have much time, but I'll definitely eat your lunch. Lucky number 7, the reporter ain't trying to get shot too now. Let's see. Homos is nymphos. Yeah. Degenerates, right? J. Lou, this trans fella here has a little bit of Mike Jackson in the voice. This crime is horrifying. Right. Romero Dubois. Well, bro, a transformer is not rude to him herself. So they put themselves outside of the norm with the whole fakery of it all. Yeah. Let's see. Philly, J. Lou also says Philly political machine is amping up for the election. Philly is one of the most corrupt cities in the Western Hemisphere. There's no liberty in that bell. Exactly. Lotus Flower, or no brotherly love in that city either. Lotus Flowers Love says, when the gays are getting whacked, we know crime is bad. Right. Yeah, I mean, this guy, it seems like there was some inner workings going on things we aren't being told, things they're keeping for obvious reasons, things they're keeping in the tuck. I think the news media wants to paint it as a crime against, you know, the LGBT community, at least for a couple news cycles. Then they're going to rinse, recycle, repeat. I think it was a gay hookup that went wrong. Yeah, obvious. I mean, yeah, I think that's what it was. Maybe a grinder date, something like that. He told a nigga to pull up. Nigga tried to get in the ass too quick. He was like, no, I'm a top today. You're a bottom. He was like, nah, you ain't finna fuck me. And then he fucked him. So that's what I'm thinking. But very interesting topic here, guys. Very fun discussion. But hey, let me know what you guys think in the comment section immediately after this stream ends. The best thing that you guys could do, I want to see 63 comments in the comment section and 63 likes. That's all I ask for you guys. If you can't make a financial donation, that's fine. You know, I'll stay living in my cardboard box. However, if you can, that would be greatly appreciated as well. But guys, make sure that you hit the Patreon or hit the Rumble, because I'm not going to be here on YouTube long. They're going to take me out. Oh, they're going to whack me. Every day I get a new copyright this and copyright that and strike here and age restriction there. I mean, it's on the way. So make sure you guys follow me on all platforms so that you know when and where I'm posting. And we are going to go ahead and send it off to Jen Quavius to take us away. I appreciate everything that you guys have been doing. Support, you know, listening to the stream, sharing your views in the comment section. Definitely want to see those after this video. It's going to be an interesting one. But you already know what it is, man. It's your boy, Jen Quavius, and I'm signing out. What's good, Shadow Realm? It's your boy, Quavius Jackson, and y'all already know I'm demonetized and shadow banned in this bitch. So if you want to contribute, go to the Cash App, the PayPal, the GoFundMe, or join the Patreon. Also, don't forget to visit the merch store for all your favorite BGZM News 17 gear, including our exclusive Trump is a Blood t-shirt. Go fast before they sell out. They are already flying off the shelves, no cap. And remember, these super gremlins are on demon time.
Yo, what's good, BGZM News 17 family? I'm at the corner of Jesse Jackson and Marcus Garvey, and I got some bad news for you. As you can see, I lost my job. I'm out here living in cardboard boxes outside of boarded up vacant homes. YouTube said I'm done getting money out here in these streets. They even took my funky ass suit. So anything right now would help. So go ahead and hit that Cash App, hit that PayPal, hit that GoFundMe. Hell, cop the merch. Or if you want to make the long-term commitment to the Jen Quavius Jackson Fund, join the Patreon so that I can continue to put out top-notch content each and every day. Also, check out the Rumble, where there is absolutely no censorship. Link in the description box below.
Hey, yo, ain't that nigga Jen Quavius? Yo, I recognize.
No, that's not me no more.
Hey, yo, run your pocket.
Y'all killing me with this shit.
Do the opposite of Antonio Brown and take all
What
your
more do you want from me?
Y'all be weak in the knees. Stand up. Stand up.
Gang violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can tell you.